instead. Okay, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to do like a magnetic and spiritual healing cast. And this kind of goes over with the act of laying on hands. Is now a lot of people don't believe in the physical laying of hands, and they believe in like recognition. And there's other ways to recognize as well. But it's a union between a living in service or being a divine instrument. So it could be used for healing and to heal others, and it's, you know, so that you could be a light and love, a lighthouse of healing and creation. So the act of laying on hands is not just for a transfusion of psychic energies. It is the ideal tool to balance the mind and an effective aid to all kinds of treatments, discouragement and sadness, as much as dissatisfaction or revolt, or syndromes of the soul. They establish imbalances and promote diseases in the body. It's like when you're repressed too, and you hold it in, and it develops and it stays in storage in your body. It's better to feel it, have your emotions. We're all levels of the whole spectrum of our emotions, and find healthy ways to express it. Where there's health, these states of mind bring about organic disasters. When there is disease, they're equivalent to predispositions for premature death. But this is not all. In every mental imbalance, negative forces enter more easily into action, starting obsessive processes of unpredictable duration. If we use antibiotics as a substance to frustrate the development of microorganisms in the physical body, why not adopt passes as an agent capable of impeding depressive hallucinations of the soul? If we tend to sepsis in relation to the body, why neglect sepsis in the spirit? The application of healing forces in magnetism is present in fluid therapy, and the same importance as the use of providential emanations from electricity. Spirits and mediums help us cultivate passes by means of prayer and with the respect that is due to one of the most legitimate complements to ordinary therapy. Certainly, abuses of hypnosis are responsible for the regrettable flightiness and showroom treacheries, all done in the name of science. These are new disturbances in the world. However, passes and the dignity of prayer have always been a divine aid to human needs. It is enough to remember the gospel, which depicts Jesus by the sufferer's side imposed in his hands. And this also goes with other types of healers. There are other people that have came and brought healing and been teachers and masters, and you also have this within you. So the thing is that it's what we eat, what we watch, what we can what we bring into our bodies, and with medication, all this stuff, we also have to do it like the physical exercise, and to balance the three worlds, which is mind, body, and soul, and we have our spirit, so we bring that into harmony. So there are many guides. This is what it goes into talking about. It's a really good read. So I'm going to share that. But the objectives is we're going to do a pass over each chakra in the body. And we're going to start with, probably since it's Saturday, Saturn and Earth. And some people see you will work with Mars with Saturn, and they'll work with Saturn or Earth, and like a grounding. So I would advise going out in nature, going for a walk. You can't get outside. Schumann's resonance 7.83 hertz. Maybe some drums, dancing to a beat. So that will help with your physical thing. Your physical movement of your body. Okay, so it uses like universal fluids, nature of the universe. It uses cosmic energies, and then it uses the energy from direct flow into your body. So, like if you've been attuned for different Reiki attunement or integrated energy therapy, or if you do NLP or hypnosis for these things as extra tools for healing modalities. Uh, you're passing it through etheric, which is spirit, and through physical matter. It flows through, energy passes through. So the light of the sun and the elements will pass through your body. And it's important that you believe in that. Your aura and your chakras are vortexes, they're energy centers that spin. If they're out of balance or they may spin in a different direction, you may feel fatigued or off, or like something is different in yourself, or you may experience dissonance, or like the words that you say or your communication, it comes out all wacky. Whereas like if you're having a bad day, you might take offense to something that you wouldn't normally be upset about. You just hit you the wrong way, and it's because of these energy ripples that are in your field, debris that's in your field, and it cannot even be your energy. It's just something that you walked into that day. So it's important to just kind of clear this stuff out of your field each day. You can do it with a shower, you can do it with a walk, you can do it with breathing. There's different ways to do it, but if like what we've been going through, sometimes we need a little push and activation to kind of clear it out. So what we're going to do is we're going to physically clear it in the body, and we're going to do the etheric and universal cosmic fluid and electromagnetic fluid. The streams of vitality, the Pingala and the Ida, go on both sides of the body, and your chakras may run along your spine, and there's energy centers in the front side of your body too. There's nadis, which are smaller, and then there's larger ones, and it connects with the planets and the stars. So each phase of the moon, each phase of the sun will connect to a different body part as well. So I like to get the lower chakras balanced before I do the higher levels. And you got the root is your base chakra. You got the spleen or splenic. You got the navel, and spleen is where like your worry and things like that. Your overactive mind, your overthinking, things like that. Anxiety and worry and stress. Root is like we feel security and grounded and rooted and safe. Navel is like your solar plexus, your umbilical. It's where you feel confident, you feel your self-esteem, you feel self-love. Your heart is your cardiac, is your openness to having transparency, able to transmute things with an open heart. Your throat, and the areas in your throat is your voice, being able to stand up for yourself and speak up for yourself. And that's not the same as complaining. Taking up for yourself, standing up for yourself, putting up boundaries is asserting yourself, and it is creating energetic bubbles. I'll just put it like that, and putting some space between you and other beings, what you're comfortable with. Your brow is your frontal lobe of your brain. It's where a lot of your sensory perceptions come in. You have different ones in your different spheres in your brain. You also have chakras that run this way, and then they also run this way, and you got some in your face. It's different nadis and different things going on. But your brow and your frontal lobe is where your third eye, your pineal gland is, and all that stuff. And it can get calcified from different things, and the sun and breathing and exercise also help with that. And then your crown, which is where your amygdala like the lotus petal comes off and makes this fountain that springs this fluid in the middle of your brain and the midbrain area, and it goes down the cerebellum and into your spine, and that's what generates the kundalini. It goes down into your root, goes into the earth, goes into your earth star chakra, filters there, goes into the earth, comes back up, goes back into your body through your feet or your base of your chakra, base your chakra at the root, and then goes back up your spine and twists between the chakras. This flows, and then it goes back up into the amygdala, and it just makes this pump. And your kidneys help pump that. Your kidneys is what processes fear, and your heart is what processes stress and grief and things like that. So, in order for it to kind of regulate and pump, you have to kind of feel like from a loving space, and the crown chakra creates bliss or euphoria, like above the heart chakra in your throat area. It is your higher heart, and that is what transmutes, or is your transpersonal sacred heart area. So your center of wisdom in your pineal gland is your coronal chakra. It's where your halo comes from. It's 1,000 petals. It's predominantly violet, gold, and white. Your center of intuition is your brow, frontal chakra. It also is your main vein in your neck. It goes by your ears. It's one half is rose and yellow, the other half is purplish blue, like indigo. It is the organ of all the superior centers of intelligence. It's your senses chakra, your taste and hearing, inner hearing, your inner ear needs to be balanced for that one. It also works with your hand and feet chakras, because it's what you sense and pick up things with, besides your olfactory senses and your hearing. But this is where your perception, your intuition, and some telepathic or psychic energies come from. Your thyroid and your parathyroid is in your center of creativity, and that's in your throat chakra. It has 16 rays of colors, and it is connected to the moon, and the color of the moon, violet blue. It is responsible for speech, respiratory system, and a digestive process, and blood pressure. So it regulates all of that. It regulates the psychophonetic functions and all activities related to speech. In the physical body, it has 2 ganglions that supply the larynx and the base of the tongue. It also activates the larynx muscle and serves as a constrictor to the larynx and the vocal cords. So a lot of times when you're trying to release any phlegm or anything going on, things that are stuck in your throat, or you have it like esophagus or a thymus and thyroid issues, you'll want to do like tongue and throat exercises where you're moving that, or like doing like a fake snore or gargling effect, so that you can get that up and to exercise those glands. And you can also like rub in that area and neck stretches, turn your head, and different, like just kind of get it working, keep it limber. So we'll work with these sounds that activate this area too. So you have your heart, your cardiac chakra, which is your higher heart, is your 8th cervical over the heart. It's cardiac, and it's 12 rays. It has a glowing golden color. It's responsible for the circulatory system, the control of the sentiments, and the nervous system. So this is like your circulatory system. This is your veins. This is your capillaries. This is your lymphatic system. This is your emotional fields, and your subtle layers. And getting that out of your system, you would want to, after you balance the lower chakras, activate the higher heart. And then your spleen or splenic chakra, which is where your pancreas is. It's over your spleen, 6 rays. It's the colors of the rainbow. It is responsible for formation and replacement of organic defenses through circulation of blood. So you'll do like kidney passes, you'll do tapping, um, things that go out in the sun, sunbathe, through prana. And 852 frequency also helps with in the fa sound also helps regulate overthinking and worrying. And then you have your root or basic chakra. This is your center of equilibrium. It's your sex gland and all of your reproductive organs that go into that, into the sacral chakra. It's the fourth chakra at the base of the spine. The sympathetic plexus, it goes into your coccyx. It's one of the first things that as an embryo or in utero is formed, and then that makes your legs and your spines from that. Its colors are red and orange. Its responsibilities are reproductive organs and all the resulting emotions related to them. So when this chakra is utilized excessively for the satisfaction of inferior pleasures, it becomes a factor of imbalance. When utilized with dignity and wisdom in the name of love, it represents the fundamental energy of life. Physically, it corresponds to the legs. It regulates activities related to sex and reproduction. In mediumship, the basic chakra liberates energies of vigorous magnetic attraction and magnetism. It is the producer of denser energies. So, I like to use like gongs and bells and didgeridoos and flutes and things like that, and things of a lower horn or drumming nature, to like shells and things like that, to kind of activate that chakra, and the energies of Saturn and Mars and Venus and the Moon help kind of balance all that out, and also the solar plexus brings it in together. So there'll be three types of passes, and a magnetic, spiritual, and then a combined pass. And I'm going to do these on this week. I'm going to do it on each day on each area, and then after we do that, then I'm going to do the empowerment and a consecration. So bear with me, and we will. This is just me kind of going over what I plan on doing this week. Okay. So we're going to have the recipient, and then there's going to be a past giver. And the flux of fluids for the past giver to the patient is established and maintained by the past giver's willpower. We understand how important it is that the past giver actually participates. So it's going to come from like divine light or energy. It's going to pass through mirror this transmission to the recipients, or which would be all that hear it, and in the highest good of all involved. Okay, so we're going to be transmuting this, and I usually use Holy Fire Reiki, Karuna Reiki, and just like a mix of ultraviolet flame, which is not hot, it won't burn anybody. Holy fire is a like a fire of the sun. It's a warmth, it's a creation energy, and it won't hurt you as well. It's like being filled with the light of the sun and being filled with rainbow. So it depends on a person's state of health. It depends on the person giving it to you. They need to be balanced as well before they can pass it on. And it does, and like a lot of times I'm like super psychic. I'm attuned for it. So I have to mask my energy a lot of times before I can deal with people or be around them, or I've got to clear it out when I get back from like a large crowd of people. I have to go out walking in the woods. I have to ground. I've got to put my feet in water. I take baths or showers or wash my hair, wash my face, and things like that. So, anyways, that is just a little overview of this type of energy healing. And I look forward to working with you guys. I will try to record the root chakra pass later this evening. Alright, I'm going to get some sleep, upload this, and I will see you all then. Thanks for watching.